You made 30 plus videos talking. Actually, it's 44 video. Actually, it's now up to 72. Yeah, and we're gonna keep going. Number 73 right here.
Need to box me. No, mother. Preach can't fight all your battles. And we'll show you guys all the text messages. That's one of the biggest lies that they tell to this day, saying that we ran away from the boxing match. They lied to you guys.
I've been Preach versus Fresh and Fit. It's like Bad Boy versus Death Row Records in the 90s. I don't know how many of y'all follow this, but I've been following this probably since the beginning. I'm gonna be real with you. I might be a little biased because I'm not a big fan of Fresh and Fit. I have my reasons. I honestly felt as though Myron was a plant. I did a video on these dudes probably like 5 years ago, right? And I couldn't articulate my feelings, but I just felt like there was something underneath all that bullshit they was pushing out. Hear me out. Some of y'all may not agree with me, but my thing is, right? It's one thing to give advice, but it's another thing when you got to question where the advice is coming from. I can tell you something that you want to hear based on how you feeling right now, but in the long run, is it good for you? Meaning, a few times I've been in a live stream, okay? Not by my choice. I have friends who follow them and was like, bro, nah, they be speaking some shit. They be talking that shit. All right, I'm going to go in their live stream and see. I sat in that live stream and I'm looking at the comments, and the comments is literally a bunch of that probably don't get no pussy, or dudes who have recently been hurt by women. So now you feeling how you feeling, you have your hatred towards women based on your experience, and they are feeding that. You gotta be careful where you take your advice from.
It was never a lie.
You know, Myron was getting upset, so that he decided to open up a video on us. Look at Myron showing up in our live stream chats, huh? Yapping away.
Innocent
you
Reach.
mad? You mad?
Innocent Reach is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. AI pictures?
Yeah, that was corny as That's corny as Hey, don't I look like DC Cormier? Don't I look like the DC, like the Daniel Cormier? I look like Daniel Cormier on that shit. I ain't mad at it. Make me look like a UFC fighter. So I always like it because, you know, Myron gets very upset and very heated every time, and then I have a good laugh. So why don't we play the video of Myron? Bro, wait. Look at the painting behind me. The real painting is supposed to be a lady. That's a white dude. What kind of AI are you using? This ain't Sora. That is true. It's a black woman too, but you know how he feels about them. Yes. He said, I don't care. Even in my jokes, get them white.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Whoever changed Sora into Adolf, that was smooth.
He put a white dude instead of a black one. This is not going to help him out on this video. Oh, my God.
I don't think he purposely did it. Sometimes AI just be doing stuff.
Right from the beginning. I'm going to go back to 2021. April 26, 2021.
Whoa. That's not the start of this time.
That's not where it started.
We don't really talk about this much because it's kind of boring to get into details. But since he brought up the timeline, I always like to do this. So before we even met these guys, a lot of you guys don't know this, and he didn't include his narrative, is that before I ever met this guy, before we ever went on his podcast, a month before, he decided to get on a podcast and be a little spicy. And I'll explain why, because I'm going to, for the first time, do a little bit of behind the scenes, okay? But here it is. I'm gonna pull it up on screen.
I'm gonna take a bit from everybody, and I was like kind of like taking notes in my head as
all right. So you can see right there it says March 7th, 2021. We didn't go on the podcast, or me specifically, until the next month afterwards. Okay, and you guys can hear what he said for himself.
This is what I think. They ain't in it like we are. You know what I'm saying? They took what they needed, got the clout, got the girls. Now you know what? I can start to observe some of these blue pill ideals that I used to have. Anybody that has common sense understands that the RP and everything else like that, alpha, beta, all these, they're placeholder terms to explain things. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh, we're all here watching the Matrix. Red pill, blue pill, purple pill. No, you idiot. Like, stop being stupid. It's simple.
If you sit here and you label yourself, I'm red pill, I'm blue pill, you a cornball. The reason why I say that, right? And because you red pill, you're not supposed to be feeling like this. Because you red pill, you're not supposed to do this for a chick. Because you red pill, you actually shy away from treating good women how they should be treated. Because deep down in your red pill mind, you feel as though all women are like this. And that's what these niggas was pushing. And I guarantee you, I said this shit before it even happened when I made my video. I'm like, bro, this dude is a cornball. And I guarantee you, he probably ain't never had a girlfriend in his life. I guarantee you he's never been in a relationship in his life. I'm like, bro, I never understood how dudes can give relationship advice and your dating life is trash. hooking up with random bitches ain't really dating, bro. Eventually you get burnt out off of that. And eventually once you find somebody you like and you get in a relationship, they're going to do you dirty because you don't know how to treat them. Isn't that what happened with him and his girl? The dude she left you for, I mean, I don't think he too high up on the food chain. Well, he was high on her food chain.
Simply an analogy to help people understand the differences between the truth, the lies, etc.
So to be clear, right now he's talking about me specifically, but it's fine.
He was in the middle of his RP awakening, but he didn't fully take it in,
There it is.
and he doesn't understand. If this guy was to meet a bad chick, he will still get taken to the cleaners. As much as he wants to prenup all of this stuff, he ain't ready.
I want y'all to pay attention to how he acted when I asked him about the comments he had made before I ever came on the podcast. Again, I never spoke with this guy. He was talking spicy, saying I'd get taken over by a girl, that, he called me an idiot, stupid. Oh, you guys are married? And then he played some little song. It's fine. I don't mind. We felt like we were kind of blue-pilled, right?
I don't remember. What show was this one?
This was on, this was
Rollo Donovan. We were all together.
Donovan Sharp's live.
We did a video about basically the red pit.
Shout out to Fresh. Myron's trying to escape accountability and any kind of, what show was this on? Nigga, you said that shit like a month ago. Shut the... But Fresh couldn't skip. I remember when you was talking shit about him. He threw some right.
Fresh don't be knowing how to read the room. I don't know how many of y'all watch they live streams, but I've picked up on that before, that Fresh does not know how to read the room.
Those are right under the bus.
We've got so many streams, bro. I'm trying to remember which one.
Cap.
Oh man,
I remember.
Cap.
I remember. Oh, me. I remember. It was. He threw him under the bus. He was driving.
Yes.
Picking coconuts from Barbados.
And also, you guys might not remember this era. This is the era where Myron was accepting his balding nature. He just looked different. Now he's got the Indian hairline. He pushed the shit far forward. And you guys might not recognize this person, but that is indeed Amru Fuddle.
I'm trying to remember. I would say,
look at the live stream chat. They're all laughing at him. Look at this dude. And this is what I mean. A lot of content creators do this, right? They'll talk spicy before you know each other. And then when you even ask them about it, they're like, I have amnesia. I don't even care. But just stand on what the you said. And this guy was just such a coward about it. It made me look at him very differently right now.
He
said, I was going to get taken to the cleaners if I met a baddie.
Well, here's the thing. So you can only go off. You can only assume. That's what human nature is, right?
I also find it funny that he came with the smoke.
Yes. So whenever this guy talks big and he says all this huffing and puffing, just know he's actually quite the big pussy when it comes to things like this. But it was just a funny moment to me. Did you have your RP awakening?
No.
How come you haven't awakened yet?
Well, I'm sleeping.
April 26, 2021, as you guys know, Palo came down to Miami.
Hold on. Let me just say this, right? So, for those of y'all who've been following my channel for a while now, I remember 2010 to 2012, I think the ending of 2029. I'm trying to figure out when we broke up. Me and my wife now, we were in college, and we broke up. Broke up for 2.5, 3 years. And during that span of time, I was going crazy. And a lot of the things that they speak about in the Red Pill Corner, you feel me, Fresh and Fit was talking about, that's how I was feeling as a 20, 21-year-old who just broke up with his girlfriend, or whose girlfriend just broke up with him. I was blaming bitches, bro. I was out here like, oh, she thinks she could do this to me? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I'm capable, bro? And I was hot because during our relationship, I was denying a lot of pussy. I was turning down a lot of coochie. And then you broke up with me. And, as I got older, I kind of understood why. And that made me even more upset. But then as I matured, I understood too that we came from high school into college. Both of y'all need to test the waters before you really understand that that's who you want. Now, I know some of y'all may have that Romeo and Juliet story straight from high school. Your penis, the only penis your woman has ever... I'm going to be real with you now. There's a slight chance that she might have touched other penises and never told you.
He did a podcast with us, and Preach called in back from Canada. You guys can go and watch the interview. I can link it below if you guys want. But yeah, Preach was basically being a little bitch throughout the entire interview, acting as if he doesn't want to be there or whatever.
Pause. I didn't know who these guys were. I had no clue who they were. Abba introduced them to me. And, we're going to do a podcast. This and that doesn't tell much. They asked me a question. So I'm like, all right, let me take in consideration what was going on, and let me formulate what I have to say.
Wait, are you talking about the thing with the?
Yes.
Hold on, no. You know what? Why don't I pull up?
There's some people that don't know how to have conversation with people they're attracted to. They freeze up and they're just like, so yeah, they don't know how to act.
So yeah, just gave him an example. So what's going on with these masks? No, shit. We got 4,900. I can't see. 4,921 of you niggas in here. Yeah. Like the goddamn video, you ninja watchers. I was looking at the YouTube numbers, and over 55% of you guys don't like the video. You fucking ninja watchers, this shit's pissing me off. You gotta make threats right now. Right now. Like the video, send to the channel, send to I'm Afraid. Yeah, and right now, guys, do it right now. Do not. We're gonna be on.
I never seen this. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm coming in there, especially who I am, you know, my demeanor, and you start doing this, that would change the course of the interview for me. Because now I'm really gonna be like, oh, these dudes is cornballs. I know I've said this word a lot throughout this video, but I honestly feel as though these dudes are cornballs. This proves it. I seen the shit where they was acting like monkeys. You feel me? And that's before I knew that Myron was you're not even a white supremacist, bro. You Clayton Bigsby. Imagine you watching all my videos, laughing your ass off, but you still ain't subscribed. You got commitment issues, dog. It's free. It is free for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, YouTube not gonna control when or how you see my videos. Come on, people. What's going on? What are you waiting for? I ain't begging. I'm asking nicely. Don't make me ask you again.
You're gonna do this right now.
No, don't do it. We have guests in the house. We have guests in the house.
We gotta make threats. What are we gonna do to them? They don't answer me. Right now, you're gonna see my feet and you're gonna smell them.
No.
You got guests right now. Don't do it. Wait. How many likes we got right now?
We got about 2.7K likes.
Oh, no. You don't like the video right now. You need to watch this. They never watch it. Right now, this sucks. I don't like the goddamn video right now. I'm sitting right now.
All right, then chill out.
What were you thinking when you saw that?
I'm the guest on your show. You ask me a question. I take the time to answer your question.
And then right after
I don't agree with what you're saying, I'm like, all right, let me give this a try. You interrupt me for what?
Advantage.
Like, it's long.
That shit's dope. That came by you.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Hey, man, listen.
What does it mean? No. What does it mean?
It was going on and on and on. Yeah. There was no point. I didn't understand what they...
No, Abba, what does that mean? You said something in Ethiopian, I believe. What does that mean, bro?
We're saying, what was this about? I try to comprehend. And I'm trying to make eye contact with Abba. Like, dude, what is going on? And the only... Oh, man, it was... crazy. It's like, what was that? They come back on screen and they start talking, and I'm like,
so we're not gonna talk about this?
We're not gonna talk.
We're kidnaps.
I like the video, please.
I'm a priest. Was that funny or was that crazy?
No, it was it.
Priest, what's the thought?
I didn't know I was that.
Maybe it's that I'm not aware of.
Wow, you should have rehearsed that thing.
Hey. You were being nice.
I was trying to be nice.
You were trying to be nice.
I was trying to be nice because you know.
But you know what? Being nice is feminine, and that's why you gay.
Yas.
One of the debates that we had was about paying for box, right? Our position was, we don't think guys should be paying for box because you're not going to get genuine burning desire. Their position was, hey, pay for box anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, that's not what our position was. And even him, I'm going to play the clip of what we actually said. But I know some girls who work in escorting, and they tell me like they got regular dudes, very respectful, they follow the same protocol, and for them it's just a good way to get their rocks out because they're into weird stuff, or maybe they're just like, man, I ain't got time. I work too much. I'm in town for a weekend. You ready? Cool, let's go. Let's do this. And it's simple. So the position was simple.
the reason why some people might be inclined to go to sex workers and why it might be good for them. I gave 2 reasons. One of them, if you have like a weird kink, maybe you're just one of those people who needs somebody who's a professional. Because not everybody's going to be able to go to a regular person with their weird kinks. And
bro, this video is about to be like an hour long. My first ever experience at a strip club. It was me, my boy Nando, I believe Isaiah came. So me, Fernando, and Isaiah. Fernando's brother-in-law, we all basically turned 18 around the same time. So Fernando's brother-in-law was trying to take us to like a strip club. Hopefully we can get in or whatever. Some of them strip clubs was not letting us in. So we ended up getting into like a little titty bar. You know what I'm saying? Some like the type of shit that you would see in the movie that's on the side of the road or in the weirdest community ever. Okay, we pulled up to that spot. I'm gonna be real, that shit looked like Gotham City. But anyway, we pulled up to the spot, we get in there, you know what I'm saying? He like sweet talked the dude at the door. The dude let us in. And you know, the chicks in there was not the most desirable. It was one girl in there that was pretty alright. Everybody else in there was huff. So we sitting at the bar and I promise you, okay, a Jewish man walked in. I hope I don't get canceled for this, but a Jewish guy walked in. Full getup. If you're from Brooklyn, if you're from New York, you know the full getup. The men in black suit with the hat. My man walked in, sat at the bar. He spoke to the girl for a little bit. He pulled out some money, bro, right? I want to find something fitting so you could see how big the wad was. About this mic. He pulled out a wad of cash this big. What proceeded to happen was very unexpected, okay? He took his shirt, he opened his shirt, and this young lady proceeded to pinch this man's areolas and turn him. And as she was turning him, he was in there growl. Right hand to the sky. Right hand to the sky. See, I've told the story before, but I never told you like the person's ethnicity or background or anything like that. Okay? Right hand to the sky, bro. And he was ringing that shit. Then she picked up the cash, went to the back, he left. You could tell she was visibly disgusted, bro. Because after I guess she left for like 15, 20 minutes. She might have took a shower, came back out. But when she came back out, her whole demeanor, her whole attitude was different. It wasn't as welcoming as it was when we first walked in there. You feel me? I believe we left after that. But yes, people definitely go to the sex workers because they have them kinks. They have them kinks, bro. It's the type of customer service where you get what you pay for. All right? Now, me personally, I ain't into none of that wild shit, so I'm not doing that. But I understand the reason for that form of employment.
Second example I gave is that there's some people who are very wealthy and they like to travel. And sometimes when they travel in the city, they don't have time to go dating apps and do all this stuff. So they might just hire someone. So when people go to Vegas, that's why they get an escort, for example. That's why I'll say another shout out to me. I had a decent glow up, right? Showing up as someone's Ethiopian auntie. That outfit was crazy. I had a decent glow up, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, see,
100%.
And that's why they say you're gay. You need to stop being nice and complimentary, bro.
You
much better.
okay?
Proud of you, bro.
Yeah, if we get demonetized, you know why. It's my fault. My bad. That's how you do it, Myron. When you get demonetized, you just say it was my fault. Carry on.
That's not the way to go.
Respect. We had a good discussion on it. You know, buried the hatchet on some things that we didn't agree with, and it was pretty much done. And then on top of that, it was such a good discussion that I actually came back and did the after-hour show later on that night.
Lies like he breathes. I didn't come back and do the second show. I went in for the first show, and they're like, by the way, we're going to start the second show in 30 minutes. So I was like, all right, I'm already here. But I was already on the fence a little bit. Oh, and the meme.
Yo, your word gymnastics is crazy, Myron. That is Olympic-style word gymnastics.
Tom, you sent me a text. Help me. You really did. Facts. I was like, because I was like, how's the show? Because I was really off of it, and I was like, so I was just like, yo, help me. I'm like, I'm here. You're over there.
And I need you guys to go back to 2021. At the time, I wasn't really familiar with these guys that deeply. I didn't know how weird they were. Okay, so I stayed for the after hour show, and if you watch me on the after hour show, I was weirded out throughout the whole show. They did a bunch of stuff beforehand and during the show that I didn't like. One thing I asked them is, don't bring a bunch of 19-year-olds to the show in the panel, because I'm not interested in talking with 19-year-olds about dating and marriage. Like, that's right. And sure enough, and I also asked them just to make sure the panel wasn't exclusively white. And what did they do? It was like entirely white passing people. So, yeah, it's fine. It wasn't like a big thing for me. But then throughout the whole thing and just the arguments that they were having and the kicking people out, when you're really there and you're watching, it's like, this is so unnecessary. I was able to have calm discussions with everybody. These guys were very antagonistic and unproductive. So by the halfway point, I was already over it. And then he asked me to stay for the after out. I'm like, nigga, I'm out. I called somebody and I was out of that bitch. And I didn't go back since.
This is why I really started giving Fresh and Fit to people's eyebrows. My boy told me to watch their stuff, right? Watch their podcast, because they be saying some good stuff or whatever. So I started watching the podcast. And I don't think it take a genius to see what they were doing. They went around the room, and as they were going around the room, it's like they were looking for a victim. You know, they would ask the girls like, "Hey, what you do? Who are you? Whatever." As the girls were answering, you would notice that Myron would start like poking at him to see who would respond. You know what I'm saying? He was just taking little jabs. Some people have respect for themselves, and they're not going to tolerate disrespect. So the ones that you saw kind of standing up for themselves, the rest of the show, they became the villain of the show. Like, Myron made them the villain of the show. If you go back and look at their episodes, you can actually pinpoint who's gonna get kicked out. But it all starts with how they was antagonizing those women at the beginning. And then they brought on certain type of females. They brought on females who couldn't debate some of the bullshit that they were talking about.
So that's a more accurate description, but it's okay. But
They come out with a video called Fresh and Fit Are Capping Hard. We debated on legalizing selling pum pum. Now, I thought this was weird because in my eyes, I was like, wait, you were just here 4 months ago. We already had a discussion on this. Why would you put a video out saying that we're liars? You know, we lay into them, right? We start roasting them. I start making fun of Abba and Preach. I start making fun of Preach, his fat wife or his fat girlfriend, whatever it was. We say some shit like we're going to send him back to a boat, send him back to Haiti in a boat, whatever. We're just fucking around, right? Talking shit. Because these guys are supposed to be comedians. These guys are supposed to be funny and have a sense of humor. And we're like, yo, you know what? We'll challenge y'all a boxing match, right? I box Abba, Fresh boxes Preach. So they drop a video the next day, and it's called August 17, 2021, called They Talked About His Wife, Asked Him to Box, So Preach Accepted.
I see the video, and I'm like, oh, bet. He calls me, and he's like, you want film? I'm like, yeah. So Abba doesn't know at all what I was about to. I didn't even know what I was about to say.
if you watch that video, actually, you can see me start chuckling because I'm realizing what he's saying.
Like, what? And mind you, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes. Is I get to his place.
Oh, yeah. You have to say. I'll tell you what he did. Because I was sitting editing, and this guy opens the door to my room. He doesn't take off his backpack. I think you had some on your back, right?
I was on my motorcycle, so I had my backpack, yeah.
So this guy comes up, and he's just... and I'm facing forward, and he's just hovering.
And he turns around, he's like, nigga, you good?
And then he looks at me, he goes like this, he goes,
yeah. Listen, I didn't even know what I was about to say, and he starts speaking the whole video. I don't say squat. And the problem in this, I'm going to tell you what the problem is that I believe that we're from a different generation, a generation that when you used to talk like that person is going to pull up.
Facts.
And I was like, yo, my parents, I'm supposed to go.
You don't talk about people's wives, bro. I don't care what beef you have, you leave people's family members out of it. So the fact that they was talking shit about this man's presumably fat wife, that's crazy.
See my parents in the States. So I'm supposed to go, so let's go. I was like, yeah, I'm going to take both of y'all. I'm going to take one bitch, and I'm going to take the other bitch. Twin sisters. That's what happened.
You know what?
I didn't even know.
But this is how you know Preach is just aura farming. Because like the line isn't good, but because he said it, it's fire. And it's stuck ever since.
And what's funny to me is that I already accepted it, and he's trying to twist it like, yeah, Abba refused. Hey, I'm still here. I'm the original acceptor. Like
and you were also the insulted party.
I'm the one that got insulted. I'm the one. I'm still there. You trying to? No, it's Abba. No. It was me versus you too.
Later on that night, guys, we do After Hours. So they dropped their hit piece on us about we disrespected his wife and his country, and then we dropped this video right here. We did After Hours, but we said this at the beginning of the After Hours show.
Real fast. On this podcast, we talk about accountability, okay? Yeah. And we are not above taking accountability. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, we made a mistake, okay? It is not cool to insult a man's country and or wife live on air.
And at this point, guys, we were done with it. As you guys know,
no, they were not.
They kept making videos because they realized if you make videos on Fresh and Fit, you're going to get a lot of views. Because these guys were dead before we showed up, honestly. And you guys can see, if you look at their social blade stats, they're getting like maybe 10K. They have like 1.3 million. These guys were fucking dead in the water until we started making fun of them. And so we got into this fight a lot.
The AI pictures, come on, D.
I just want to point everything on Preach, knowing that damn well both of us are not going to fight Preach, bro. Come on, man. Preach can't fight all your battles, and we'll show you guys all the text messages. That's one of the biggest lies that they tell to this day, saying that we ran away from the boxing match. It was Abba that ran away from the boxing match. It wasn't Preach, it wasn't me, and it wasn't Fred.
Well, why he got muscles? Yo, wait.
The AI picture.
Yo, folks really a cornball.
What did they do to Walter? Why did Walter have...
What did it do to him? Back it up. They'll bring it back. What did it to him? You know damn well that Twiggy don't look like that.
Do you think he put in the prompt, whiten my skin, please?
I feel like probably did.
Yo, we're talking shit about his wife and his country. Bro, number one, that wasn't his wife. Dumbass Preach goes on the Saucecast, and this is what he says.
Instead of going after what we said about their takes, they went personal. That was August or something like that. That was like
way later.
They found a picture of someone, and I'm going cheek to cheeks with that person, right? We're cheeks to cheeks, and we're blowing a kiss. And they took that picture and they said, "That's his wife." Got him. It's not my wife.
No, got you liar. So let's get this straight. You guys go ahead and orchestrate an entire beef of us insulting your wife and your country. You run with it for views and clout, and you guys try to make the situation look a lot worse than it really was.
We orchestrated
and kept up with the lie for a year plus after the fact to go ahead and try to paint us as assholes for making fun of your fat wife.
I feel like, remember that guy who was like manipulation?
Manipulation.
Yeah. He's low IQ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happened was he called your wife a bunch of names.
Yeah.
And then in a future stream, then just threw a picture up and said, "That's the person."
Yeah, they were all boys being boys.
But he just spoke about your wife without anything. So that's why, I don't know why he's pretending like
exactly. But that's what he's trying to spin the narrative. And saying that we orchestrated that. We didn't tell you, hey, by the way, okay, so what you're going to do is you're gonna insult my wife. And it's not what happened. You willy-nilly decided to do that.
Yep.
Yo, cause and effect, bro. You can never dictate how somebody reacts to disrespect. In what part of the world do you think it's okay to disrespect somebody, but then as soon as they react to it, you just like, oh, I didn't expect you to react like that. You tripping. You doing too much. No, bro. You call that man's wife fat. This man's wife caught a stray for no reason, dog.
You decided to go personal. Yeah. That was you. And it came to me after that. Some people reported that, by the way, they used the picture. And I went and looked and I saw that they sent me a clip of what happened and who you saying.
You want to know?
So I haven't seen none of that.
You want to know how this is not true? It's very easy. You never heard us ever claim that they posted a picture of his wife.
No, never did.
We never claimed that, not a single time, because that's not our claim. Now, we both know the individual that they posted the picture of.
Yeah,
and
started doing
it annoyed us a lot because it sent unnecessary harassment to somebody who has nothing to do with anything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these guys doxed this person for no reason, didn't know who she was. A bunch of people sent her a lot of hate and hateful comments. So imagine you're just existing and all of a sudden you get a brigade of people. I don't know if you thought this, but I thought this, it would feel really weird if they're like, oh, this is his wife, look how ugly she is, and then you come out afterwards and be like, oh my God, that's not my wife. It's like, why would you disown the person that you know?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if you guys realize how many people have contacted me about Myron in his childhood.
Yes.
Friends sent me high school pictures of his family,
Walter,
a whole bunch of. I've never posted any of it because at the end of the day, no matter how rich this guy might be, no matter how much I'm upset with his parents for allowing this person to exist, right? I would never think of ever posting anything about them.
I've always thought it was strange that they never talk about their personal lives. They never talk about what they do. But then again, when you're someone like Abba, who's getting pegged while you're on all fours, you probably don't want to share too much because it's probably embarrassing. Because at the end of the day, he's a sodomite, and he's never going to be able to live that shit down.
I always love when he says this.
Yes.
Because they keep playing this clip of me where I talk about the fact that I had a girl eat my ass. And they're like, you're gay. And I'm like, okay. I guess me doing sexual stuff with a woman is gay. Sure.
Yeah, it is.
I'm super gay for ladies.
It is.
Whatever.
It is. What's not gay is having a whole ass girlfriend, not sleeping with her. That's not gay. That's not gay.
You know I'll demolish you. You know I'll f you up. You know it. I'll make you the f***ing sodomite that you really are, you f***ing pussy.
So how are you gonna do that? Are you gonna start? Are you gonna wait? No. Pause. No.
Yo, I just realized that Myron went from being bald to having waves. That's what they was talking about at the beginning. I have never paid attention to how his hair and his hairline changed.
Let's take a little moment to dissect that. I will make you the sodomite that you really are. So
that means that you go.
So that means that what you're gonna sodomize him? One, that makes you gay, and also a sodomite. That's crazy.
I think he was trying to pull
the Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I think you watched too many clips and you thought
Mike Tyson. I'll you till you.
But we've all seen you shadow box.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. One second. Just bring it back right there. And with dude grabbing him from behind.
Let me smell you, brother. My question is, where's his other hand? Okay, carry on. Carry on. Okay, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. It's okay.
Here we go.
My bad.
No, cuddling good. That's not gay. I've been to a lot of concerts. I ain't never been by one of my homies yo. Because like,
because
he's like, yo.
He's like,
yo.
Yeah.
He up in there. That's crazy, right?
This beef is never gonna end.
I looked at those pictures.
Calm down.
Yo, shout out to Tree of Logic. But I wanted to be open-minded. Doesn't this look like a Levi's commercial? Does this not look like an ad for jeans somehow? I don't know.
Yeah.
Literally never been sitting in like a booth and laid back.
Bro, you know, I've seen some of these pictures before of Myron in college, you know, Myron like in high school, I guess. And all his friends were white. Right? Now, that's not a bad thing, but it kind of goes with how he feels about black people right now. You know, the racist stuff he says about black people, the fact that he's a part of a white supremacist group.
Man's laugh. And why I'm sorry. Listen. You call me gay all you want for what I do with women. Sure, I don't care. Like, it just doesn't bother me. And you know, if you think I'm gay, great. I had no plans of you anyway, so what you think about my sexuality? Chef's kiss.
Their channel went up, and we can show you guys the Social Blade stats if you guys want to see. When this beef started, I showed you guys the numbers. They were getting 10K followers per...
So he's saying that we needed him to grow, but if you just look at the own evidence that he posted, this guy's maybe, I don't know, shout out, at least he posted the real thing. You can just see that we're growing the whole time.
Yeah.
And we keep growing. 200 total million views. We hit that in January before that. And then we just kept climbing afterwards. Did that initial part of the beef give us a spike? Sure. But we were growing the whole time. Myron to me is a pay pig. You know what those are? You know what like those sex workers call a dude and they're like, hey, you f***ing loser. Go into your bank account, transfer $3,000 because you're a loser, good for nothing dweeb who would be lucky to be able to sniff my feet after a long day on the elliptical. You understand that? The pay pig is like, I'll make you a sodomite, right? So at the end of the day, that's how I see Myron. Myron, every time I see him, I'm like, hey, free paycheck. Thank you. And I need simps like you to keep making content because it's just free money.
When we get back to Canada, we're going to make 20 more Fresh and Fit videos and pay for another vacation. You know what?
Why did he include that clip?
I know, man. That's such an L.
Hey, that's crazy. This man's stalking my Instagram for those. What did I say here? I didn't move an inch. Fuck all that meat, halfway price. You think I made 70 plus videos on those Fresh and Fit suckers just to get sucked out of my Fresh and Fit money? My mama need a third condo. Facts. Facts. I might actually get her a fourth condo if they get remonetized. Thank you, YouTube.
Then we go to Barbados for what? Coconut, nigga.
Yo, next trip we should go to Barbados.
Let's go to Barbados.
Let's go interview people who knew Walter Weeks back in the day. You know how many people from Barbados have contacted us about these guys?
Yeah, about the time you farted in that class.
And then,
anyways.
Barbados. Yeah, that would be the best vacation, bro.
If you guys want to go ahead and keep watching.
Bro, I have a small following on YouTube, and I get messages to do videos on certain people. The type of info that these folks is willing to give just so you can expose a certain YouTuber. And to me, it's like, I don't have beef with nobody. You feel what I'm saying? At least I do. It's a young lady that has made countless videos on me, but she's irrelevant. So I don't have beef with nobody, bro. And I'm cool with that. Even though beef is how you grow. Pause. Somewhere along the lines that don't sound right. But beef is literally how your YouTube channel growing. I'm glad I don't have beef with nobody. I don't want no problems. I don't want that negativity. I don't need that. I don't need that type of negative energy. Fresh and Fit had a chance to capitalize off of this beef because after a while, I've been preach got so big that, the beef between them got so big. Pause. God damn it. This shit sound crazy. Their beef got so big. Pause. The problems got so big that both channels could have ate. Myron and Fresh could have ate. I've been preach was eating. What happened was Fresh and Fit a bunch of cornballs and do what cornballs do. They messed it up for themselves by doing too much, going too far. That's really what happened. Y'all messed it up. Like how you sound right now, you sound like a bitter mother. You know when two people getting money doing something and then one person messed it up by doing something stupid and then the other person keep getting money and now you just hating. I mean, you was hating for the beginning. That's really how the beef started. Don't come in and talk about, they making all this money off of me. You could have been making all this money off of them. You really could have been eating, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Let one of these big ass YouTubers, I don't want no smoke, but at the same time, I wouldn't be running from no smoke. Because at the end of the day, this shit is a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. I can admit I'm not as business savvy when it comes to YouTube, but it's a business at the end of the day. So they gave you a chance to buy another condo in Miami, to make enough money to trick out on even more of them 3 or 4s that y'all be tricking out with. And you messed it up. And now you bitter. No matter how many videos you make on them, responding to the videos they make on you, you know you're not making the same. You messed that up, my boy.